Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy MumboElite. Welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to show you guys how you can grind the Mixed Leagues upgrade for the 2 weeks that it's out. So if you do enjoy, smack that like button, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below. Are you grinding this? How are you grinding it? Have you got anything crazy? We're going to make a premium Mixed League upgrade grind the day after this. So if you're watching this Friday, it'll be out this Saturday. And then we're going to do a brand new bronze pack method grind video for Sunday, how I'd recommend spamming bronze packs. So without further ado, let's get into it. First and foremost, what is different this time around from this league SBC versus the last time? You'll notice they no longer have the lib and sud here for 60 rating. Instead, they replaced it with the Saudi league and the Super Liga, which is the Romanian league. Now, what does that do to the prices of stuff? Let me show you real quick. If we go to the Mixed League SBC, right now as I'm recording this video, it costs a little bit more than 10K. But if we break down in cost for the section, both the first two sections is 2.2K, which if you can do the math with 11 players, that's 200 coins per card. Whether people are picking those up on bid, whether they're doing buy now to get these items, that is the cost of the SBC. But you'll notice a little bit more comes from the League 2, La Liga Hypermotion, and a little bit more as well from the Championship and the MLS. So we're going to show you guys how you can do this over and over, save as many coins as possible, some ways to make coins while you're doing this too. We're going to walk through kind of like every sort of thing there. So first and foremost, let's start with the League 2 and La Liga section, because we know the first two sections, the cards are 200 coins. That's not important in terms of figuring out what the value is. We know all those cards are cheap. Nothing's really going to go for much, but you can consistently make sales if you list things on the market. But you'll notice here, we have the bronzes, some maybe lower end silvers that aren't much, maybe 200 to 250 coins. But you'll notice some of the 69 plus rated cards are starting to get more value. So for me, I right away see this as an opportunity to make some coins while we're club stocking, while we're getting the rating to do this SBC. And that's exactly what we did. So for this section, I'm going to show you kind of how I start things off. Doesn't really matter how many coins you have. I'd say probably have at least 50,000 coins to start any League SBC grind. Realistically, if you're following any of our trading tips, if you're under 50,000 coins, you should easily get to 100,000 plus within a week, and then hopefully start getting to 500K to a mil. So if you need that trading playlist, that's in the description. But essentially what we do is we find a filter that can make us coins while doing the SBC. And for right now, this is the one that's working. So if we go to League 2, we go to 200 buy now, we'll notice that everything goes within less than a minute for 200 coins. And if you notice, the ratings aren't super high in these two, but there's a 69 right here. If we compare price, that one might be able to go for 250, 300 by the end of the hour. But we don't want to buy those for 200. We know a ton of people are doing that. Instead, we're going to place bids for 150. And the higher rated we go, the better chance we have of it having more value. Because if you think of it from a standpoint of people doing the SBC, what are people doing? Besides people buying out the cards, you're going to have a lot of people doing bronze pack method to get this SBC done. So they're going to have a lot of 64 rateds and below, especially for the first two sections. But for this one in particular, you need that 68 rating. So if you have some bronzes in there, you're going to kind of play it off to get the higher rating by doing higher rated silvers. Surely some people will chuck in golds, but remember, the bare minimum you can bid on a gold is 300, and the bare minimum you can buy now one is for 350. So that's going to bring the cost up a bit more. So we're looking for those 68, 69, usually 70 rated plus ones to do, and we make a ton of good coins on those. It's nothing crazy. They haven't gone insane in price, but let me show you kind of the flips we're working with. So we're already starting to sell some for 250 to 300 coins, especially these 70 pluses. If we compare price on Pure Equa right here, looks like this one might be able to go for 400. So if you're just mass bidding on a bunch of these, you can go ahead and chuck some in your club to use for the SBC, and then anything else you don't want to use, you can sell on for pure profit. This does two things. One, for the bids versus the buy nows, you're saving yourself 50 coins each time. Instead of doing a buy now of 200 on each card, we're mass bidding 150, which means we're going to save 550 per SBC run. If we do this with the other sections too, while we're bidding under the buy now, if we're trying to buy all these cards rather than BPM or something else, you make a ton of coins saved across doing this SBC over and over and over again. And that's not even counting the cards that we're going to get untradable from the daily bronze, daily silver, daily gold SBCs that you guys should be doing every single day. So that's just kind of the first tip right there if you're going to buy things out. We can get to BPM in a minute, but let me submit this and kind of show you some of the packs we're working with. So this one's nice. This is an Electrum Players pack. This is going to be 12 players. I believe it's one rare for this. All untradable, but you get a lot of League SBC cards in this. A good mix of some premium mixed League upgrade cards. There we got a Saudi League. Unfortunately, we can't use golds in that. So that's going to have to go into a gold upgrade or a 79 plus double upgrade. But as you see here, we got a La Liga card. We got some 2 cards that aren't League SBCs, so those we can put into a gold upgrade. Make it 75 plus times 2. We got another League 2 card here. We got a Serie B card there. So from that first pack, we're already getting things that are going to save us coins. League 2 as well, or League 1, I mean. 1,000. Nice. We're already saving coins for the next potential runs. Now let's go to these 2 sections real quick. These are the 2 tradable packs. This is a small Prime Silver Players pack. This one's small Electrum Players pack. We'll start with the Serie B and the Bundesliga 2. Now with these, same logic applies. You can pick these up for 150 on bid if you're trying to save coins, if you're buying this out versus the 200 buy now, whether it's a bronze or whether it's a silver. The flippability of these is a little less. So that same kind of filter we were showing you guys with the League 2. If you tried that for like Serie B, we can take a look right now, 200 coins. Things sell pretty quickly for 200, but you'll notice not everything sells well for 250. So if you wanted to get like really high rated silver commons, because maybe people have some lower end bronzes they're using and they really need to hit that 62 rating, you can. But as you see here, I really had no problem with all these bronzes that I use to still hit that 62 rating with some low rated ones. So flipping's not going to work as good here. I'll just kind of club stock this one in all honesty. We get a small Electrum Players pack. We spent 150 on each of those players. That's not too much for that SBC in general. We're not necessarily looking to make our coins back on these packs. You can over time. You can get informs, you can get promo cards, you can get League SBC cards. I mean, the quick sell value of this alone is already pretty decent. But one of the things we like doing, and it's something that is a little hard right now with the way I'm doing League SBCs, but if we club stock this all in our club, we could have daily SBCs that shoot things to the moon. So let's say tomorrow, for example, we get a daily SBC where you get a really nice pack, whether it's tradable or untradable, and you need a lot of rares, you need a lot of the same nation, and they have to be from a bunch of different leagues. If we got something like that, we could take this card right here. That's a Spanish high-rated silver. It's not even selling for 350 coins. We could chuck this in the club, or could quick sell it for 250. This is the sort of card that if a good player, or not player SBC, if a good SBC comes out on the menus with a good pack, something like Black Friday, for example, this could shoot a ton up in price. So even though we're not making a bunch of coins on this right now, if we store this in the club, I have no doubt there's going to be a time where this card goes to 1,000 plus. That's one of the things about looking at this in terms of a short-term method versus a longer-term grind. These are the sort of things you're going to keep in mind. So I could quick sell these. I could try to list them on the market for 200 to try to get a sale. I'm going to be smarter than that, though. We're going to chuck these in the club, and hopefully stuff comes out that raises them in price over time. You also saw that we got a La Liga gold. We have enough untradable golds from La Liga where we don't need to use that tradable one. If I did want to list them on the market for 400 coins, it'd probably eventually sell for 350, 400. But again, if I save that for a daily SBC, down the line, something's going to come out that sends that up in value. Here's the Saudi League and Superliga section. Again, only 60 rated for this. But this pack is going to be crucial. Instead of this being Lib and Sud, this is going to be something now that people use to get Lib and Sud cards. And tradable ones at that. So, as you see, you only need a 60 rating. You can't use any golds, though, so the max you can do is silver. I just have the mix of the 2 leagues, whatever I got in BPM, and then through the dailies, and we're good to go. We're going to open this up. We're going to see if we can get a Lib or Sud. I've done 6 runs of this already. I've gotten quite a few Lib and Suds. I bet I get nothing this time, just because we're recording. But there again, we get another silver rare. That's Spanish. Again, this would be, we have multiple. These would be good cards that would go up over time. Right now, they're not going to be much, but we're going to chuck it in the club for a good SBC. And again, that's how we make more coins over time, just casually without putting too much work in. If we quick sold this whole pack, we'd get 1,000 plus coins. If we're spending 150 per card, if we're using some untradables, let's say half of it is things we're getting from dailies and other league SBCs, and the other half is things we paid for, we're going to be either in profit, or if most of it's tradable, we're getting most of our coins back from that section. Once again, we get another Saudi League card in a second division of Spain, so 2 cards we could sell back to the market to make some coins. I'm actually going to list this one for 300 to see if we can get that. And then this Spanish one right here, we'd be able to get a 250 sale eventually. But I'm going to use that again, hopefully, for the SBC the next time around. So if you guys have any questions in terms of just kind of how I explained those sections, how I went about it, let me know. I feel like it's pretty straightforward for these two. The League 2 is more of the bidding, storing, making coins on that too. You can also have those coins pay for future runs. So let's say you bid on more than 11 cards. Let's say you bid on like 50. You could chuck maybe half of those in your club so you can do 2 runs and then a part of a third, and the rest you sell on for pure profit. If you get a bunch of 70 plus rated cards that are going for 400 plus coins, you sell those on for a huge premium, and you keep maybe the ones that cost a little less. That way you can maximize the amount of coins you're making too. And then you could have that pay for some of the golds you're getting in this section and stuff like that. But here's the MLS pack. This is the final one. Requirements for this is going to be a little bit more difficult to do on a kind of grind basis. It's not as easy as the other ones. You'll have to put in some golds. You'll have to put in some rares. Some people are going to fit in bronze rares that are going to make the rating a little lower, and they're going to put in more gold commons. You can kind of do it however you want. I just have some of these first owner from things we packed along the way, and then I have other ones that we just mass bid for 300 coins and threw in our club. And then the same thing with the bronze, or the silver commons, I'm sorry. We mass bid on these 150 instead of the 200 by now. So we didn't spend a whole bunch there, but we got it done. A nice mix of the MLS and the championship. We get a premium mixed players pack at the end, which isn't bad at all. And just like that, the mixed league is done. Not too much work, wasn't too difficult, and that's something we can do on a day-to-day basis. Let's open these packs right now, and then we'll kind of get more into how you can repeat this more over the course of time. So we're going to start with the premium mixed players pack. This one has 4 bronze players, 4 silvers, and 4 golds with 3 rares. Can we get something good from this? The Polina? That is Polina. Let's go. So we get an 83. We get another League SBC card there. We get a League 1 card, so we can do one of the premium mixed league upgrades. We get Chris Riggs, so Sunderland first owner player, W. We get another Spanish 2 card. So, again, more cards that we can put back in. That's going to make the cost less, and rinse and repeat over and over. You just keep grinding this like crazy. I'm going to start saving some packs for Team of the Year, so you'll notice this total will get higher over the time if you're on streams. I'm going to open this for the sake of the video, though, to show you what you could get in the final pack of this SBC. So if you open this up, it's going to be an 82 plus guaranteed. It's 6 rare cards. Come on. Nada. Nothing. Any League SBCs? Almost all League SBCs. Besides the NWSL card, everything else can go into the premium mixed league upgrade, which, again, we're going to make another video on for tomorrow's upload. But essentially, all the stuff that you can put into the other SBC, you're also saving costs. So if I went to go start that right now, most people are probably going to struggle with the lib and sud section. We'll go over things to complete that. But just by grinding the mix, you're going to get a ton of tradable and untradable cards that you can put back into these sections and get untradable packs that are even better. And then for this one, the Prime Legends pack, a pretty decent tradable pack that you can make some good coins on without spending much. You're also going to get a ton of lib and sud cards over time, which if you get untradable ones from the Daily Bronze, Daily Silver, Daily Gold, if you get some untradable from the Election Players pack from the Mixed League, send them all in here. If you have to buy a few cards to make this cheaper, you can, but you get a Jumbo Gold pack in the end. This usually gets you somewhere between 6,000 to 10,000 coins. I think it's like 5K guaranteed if you quick sold everything, but you get a bunch of chem styles, get a bunch of manager leagues, things like that that will have more value. So that's essentially it for the mixed league. We're now going to go over kind of A little bit of the bronze pack method if you wanted to do this as well. We're not going to explain bronze pack method into too much detail now. We have a video on that on the channel, and we're going to make a new one with kind of the upgraded grind. But just to get an idea of how people are going to be treating bronze pack methods is they're going to spam these packs. A lot of people who get the lib and sud cards in this section, they're going to usually sell those onto the market because they don't need them for the mixed league anymore. So for example, for this one, I got 2 League SBC cards, 3 actually. This one's for the Italian second division, so we can use that for the mix. But here's a League 1 card I could sell back to the market. I could get 250 for that. Boom. This one I'll sell for 200 coins eventually because people will use it for that League SBC section. Does this manager go for anything? We'd eventually get her to sell for 200 because I know people like the NWSL and need to use it for a league. But just to make this easier, we're going to quick sell those. And just like that, we basically get our coins back on the pack and we get a card for the League SBC to put back in. If we get other bronzes that are not League SBC cards and they're bronze commons, we can put those into bronze upgrades. Put 11 of those into a bronze upgrade. We get 2 silver players. One of them, for example, here's a perfect one. We get 3 cards that aren't League SBC cards. And then we get a manager that will go for 200. So 200 back on that. Quick sell value. Almost 300 coins back on that. So decent amount of coins back on the pack. 3 players as well. Put those into an upgrade pack. And you get a silver common, silver rare. Most of the time you'll get something that's a League SBC card. Whether it's a mixed league or the premium. You just kind of keep that going over and over. A lot of people will get the lib and suds untradable from those, put those into the premium mix, and then switch from the mixed league SBC to the premium when they have enough. But yeah, that is essentially how people should do it with bronze pack method. Again, you want to do that with a long-term vision. I know short-term, your coin total, if you don't have a ton of coins, you're ripping through bronze packs, makes you feel like you're losing. I can tell you from experience, you really aren't losing. Those coins are giving you value in other areas. You got to continue working through the grind to really see those come back. But again, we're going to make a separate video giving you guys a lot of tips to have you guilt-free just spam through bronze packs, especially this week when there's 3 Team of the Weeks that are bronze cards. And those are going for, what, 15K plus for all the 83 plus Team of the Weeks. But yeah, that is going to be it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them down below. We're going to be going over these a ton on stream as well. The silver lib and sud method is back in full effect. We are making already so many coins on flipping these cards, both from bids and snipes. And as you see here, we are already selling these cards that we're winning on 150 bid for the League 2s and flipping those for 250 plus. And then that card that we obviously packed from the Saudi League, we sold for 300 coins. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. It's been your boy MumboElite. I'm out. God bless.